Hi, and welcome to the first of 12 videos that you'll be receiving over the next 12 weeks. The purpose of these videos are to encourage you, keep you on track, and give you some hacks to make sure you actually get your book written and you do it on time. By the time you receive this video, you should be midweek into the first week of the Authorship Challenge. And if you're like most people who have gone through the program, you've scheduled times to write and then completely ignored those times. Got distracted by things that you may think are more important, and you've told yourself, it's okay, I'll make up for this on the weekend. If you aren't like that and you're on target, then congratulations, well done, and I'm impressed and proud of you. You are the exception to the rule, believe it or not, and you've realized that your reasons for being a published author are more important than the short-term mediocre excuses that all too often get in the way of doing something truly amazing. You also don't need to watch any more of this video. Keep doing what you're doing and stay tuned for next week. The rest of this video is if you've been struggling to get started and find your groove. Let's address that. Let me be direct. Your strategy is flawed. And I'm being polite. First off, you aren't the first to think that you can just get all caught up on the weekends. You aren't the first to think that you've had important things come up that are so important you had no choice but to address them. You're trying to justify your poor leadership skills and blame your flawed thinking on other people. Knock it off. It isn't serving you. Let me offer you an alternative path. Try something new. Be different. Be better. Be more than your excuses and become intolerant of mediocrity. The same reasons that you're using right now for why you haven't started yet are most likely the same reasons that you've not achieved the level of scale in your company that you've been wanting to for years. You didn't join KPI to maintain the status quo. You joined KPI because you realize that you're capable of even more success than you've already achieved. Tap into that. Here are 3 ways that you can get caught up and start living up to your standards that you've already agreed to in this program. 1. Schedule your writing time in your calendar for the next 3 weeks. Do it right now. Don't put it off like you've been putting off your writing. Select the times you feel you can write. Get it into your calendar and stick to it. It doesn't have to be 2 full hours. You could do an hour in the morning and another one in the afternoon or the evening. You could schedule 4 30-minute sessions. Do whatever works, but get it into your calendar. And then number 2, tell your family and your staff about these times and instruct them to force you into a room without your phone at the times that you've selected. And tell them to lock you in the room if they have to and guard that door from interruption. And third, make a list right now of the things that you're willing to say no to for the next 3 weeks. Things that if you say no to, you'll have free time in order to write. Maybe you could say no to TV for 3 weeks. Give it a try. You could also say no to sleep for 3 weeks. Not sleep entirely, but you could live just fine if you gave up an extra hour, and probably even 2. For the next 3 weeks anyway. You'll be just fine. Maybe you'll say no to lunch hours and take lunch half hours so you can reclaim 30 minutes during the day to write. You have so much wasted time during your day. If you make an inventory of the things that you don't need for 3 weeks, you will shock yourself. Okay, that's it. Get on this. Trust me when I tell you that it's only going to get harder to get caught up the further you let it slide. You're in a place where you can easily catch up right now. Take advantage of this, please. Remember, you agreed that you wanted to be stretched and were willing to get uncomfortable. You agreed that you're willing to get resourceful. Do that now. And you agreed to work the program on the schedule that we've set forth, and you've agreed to operate from a place of urgency. If you haven't done any writing yet, you've broken all 4 of those agreements, and it's time to correct that now. So get on it. I'll see you next week. Schedule it in your calendar. Make this happen.